This is going to be the first video introducing our yard that we're looking to turn into a food forest here in our home in Central Florida. So we're going to start with a quick pan of the space that we're working with here and then go take a look at our individual plants that we have going. This is just kind of what we're starting with. We've already got some things established, and obviously our raised vegetable and herb, medicinal, etc. garden off to the side. So we'll start over here. We are not video people. We are gardeners, but we want to share our information. We think it's interesting, so we'll just start over here with one of our first babies that we put in, the mango. This is a Kerry mango. So this is our Kerry mango. It's a few years old now. It's survived 2 frosts, 2 hurricanes, and now it's finally fruiting. It only fruited on one half of the tree this year, which was a little fun, but we'll see how it goes. It seems to be doing well. Looking forward to eating the fruits. They're really nice and sweet. So then we come over here, we've got a Turk's cap hibiscus that has grown in place here that we're just kind of letting go wild for a bit before we trim it back. We do intend to leave it here because it is a nice edible flower that you can use for various things. Not much flavor, but it's got a lot of vitamin C and stuff. We'll come over here. This is the stump of the lychee tree that we took out. It had been here for many years. It was not going to be productive, and we needed this space for other things. A little bit of a mess back here as we're getting things cleaned up. We had neighbor's bamboo fall, so we're letting that break down a little bit. We're going to use that as compost. Come over here. This is our Barbados cherry. So it's liking its new home, doing pretty well. Kind of small. It'll get there. Over here is our Japuticaba. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I've heard it a million different ways, so we're just gonna say it's a really cool tree and hope it gives us fruit sometime. Oh, we did skip our Tangelo over here. This thing's not doing the greatest. Don't know if it's gonna stay in the family, but it was a gift from a friend, and it's a Mineola Tangelo. We know we have the greening issue here in Florida, so if it produces, great. If it doesn't, we won't be surprised. So we'll come over here really quickly. This is our avocado. What type is this again?
Fantastic.
It's called a fantastic avocado, so it's one of the Florida styles, and it's just more the type my husband and I like, and we're also looking at the time of year that these things come in because we are trying to create a system of growing food in our yard that allows us to produce all year. We're going to have a plane come in, so this will get loud for a second. I'm just going to pause the video. Okay, now we're back. Intermission for a plane there. We are near the Orlando airport, so that happens often. Okay, so this is our June plum. This is another one that just came in just this March. We made the circuit of the plant shows here in Central Florida and loaded up on plants. So a lot of these are all coming in at the same time. Looking forward to this one. It's a heavy producer when it comes in, so that'll be exciting. Some more of our mulch sections here that we're pulling in. This is our strawberry tree, Jamaican cherry. Again, it has a few common names. Not coming up with a scientific name right now, but it's supposed to taste like cotton candy. So looking forward to that. Over here is our carambola, our starfruit tree. This is what type again? Kerry. We have a Kerry mango and a Kerry carambola. That's pretty funny. Okay, so the Kerrys are doing well, and we love starfruit here, so we're excited about this one. Okay, and then of course our dwarf everbearing mulberry. This one has been doing fantastic. You can see it reaching for the sky here. It's produced some small but delicious berries, so we're excited for the future on that. And then here is my beloved elderberry. This monster is 2 years old now. and it's just completely taken over the spot it's in. I absolutely adore this plant. It is going to give us plenty of berries to produce and turn into elderberry juice to help us with our immune health. Some people like to use the flowers. I do love the flowers. However, this plant I reserve specifically for berries, and I do forage flowers out in the wild. You can see some berries coming in right here. How exciting. Gonna zoom in. Look at that. As soon as that starts to dip over and just kind of hang over, it will be ready to harvest, and those berries will be coming in. You have to process them. They are poisonous. If you, well, not poisonous, but if you eat a lot of them, they could be. They will mess your tummy up. Okay, so then we've got kind of a big dead patch back over here we're working on. I have a little lone hibiscus that's just doing its best, but not doing well. Okay, then we have our beds over here. My husband is in the process of working through all of this. We're going to pause for another plane. Okay, plane gone. We are back over here in the herb section. So this is in work in progress. However, my comfreys are here struggling through the recent heat, early spring heat. So then we have, we've got some other plans for this area. But we've got our wormwood going in. We have our mugwort over here. Yeah, we've had a lot of herbs in here that didn't make it. It's been a work in progress, this section, but it's coming together again. My cute little Mother's Day duck that I got. Okay, we've got our mints. We love mint. This is spearmint, mojito mint, and peppermint. Love all the mints. I use those in teas. I use them in balms and salves that I sell. They're good for headaches. It's good for so many things. We love it. We use a lot of fresh mint in our foods as well. Very good for you. Anti-inflammatory, good for your tummy, just all that. Okay. Here we have a knockout rosebush. This is one of my beloveds. Not much to it other than just being super pretty and a great pollinator attractor. Got a miracle fruit coming in down here, being shaded by the roses so that it keeps out of the sun. Brand new sweet almond bush. This thing just smells absolutely gorgeous, and the bees are obsessed with it. So we're really excited about the pollinators enjoying this one in the garden. Got a couple of rose bushes that I enjoy, a Tiffany, and this is the Dolly Parton cultivars. They're very nice, smelly tea roses, and they're good for both the prettiness of them, obviously, but they're good for use in teas and balms and things like that. That's why they're called tea roses. Very fragrant, very flavorful. This is another Barbados cherry that we could not resist bringing home with us. We did not need it, but we had to have it.
It was $10.
It was $10. Okay, so, but it's beautiful. It's going to come home, and this thing is already making pretty little flowers, so we got a couple of star jasmine over here. We've already got star jasmine on the fence, but I wanted to bring it over, cultivate a little bit more around the yard for the pollinators and the gorgeous smells. These are also very good in potpourris and things that I like to use them for, so I will clip them as well. Ginger coming in, excited about that. Calendula is almost done for the season, but you can tell I had a huge patch. It was just so productive. I've got 2-gallon bags worth of dried calendula. It was just crazy. It's so wonderful. Toothache plant, this thing is crazy. It actually, the leaves and very much the flowers will make your mouth feel tingly and numb and produce a lot of saliva when you chew on them. It's historically been used for mouth pain and things like that. It's actually very good for that. It doesn't last long, but it doesn't hurt you either. So, air conditioner is going to go, so mind that. Okay, this is some herbs area. We've got lavender, wood betony. This is a huckatay plant. It's also called Peruvian black mint. It's actually a marigold. It's not a mint at all, but it tastes a little fresh and minty. We've got our chives flowering like crazy back here. Our rosemary trees going in. Our hibiscus roselle. These are going to be tea one day. I'm super excited about that. A new thornless blackberry. This is our garlic chives. We have a plane coming in is what we have. Okay, back from the plane intermission, there is a bee enjoying some chives. Hello, friend. Okay, and then we have some goosefoot. This is an edible crop type plant. It's living here with some catnip that we're also growing that was gifted to us. We have our parsley growing all by itself here in the bed because our beds are what we call fallow at the moment. Fallow is when your beds are in a state of non-growth. You're kind of allowing things to settle. You're allowing the soil to regenerate. Oftentimes you'll put a cover crop in. We've just kind of allowed some things to decay over the top, and we'll use some of our own compost and whatnot to bulk it up. Back over here, we've got another marigold that was a gift, but this is a large marigold cultivar, so these are making gorgeous flowers for us right now. We have another thornless blackberry. This one is actually making fruit. We're super excited about that. So we've got quite a few fruits trying to come in. Our fennel, this is the wasp fennel basically. We allow this here for wasps. We also collect the fennel seeds for use in culinary. But the wasps will eat the caterpillars and the things that are eating our plants, so we like to invite them in. That's how we use beneficial pests instead of using things like sprays and pesticides and stuff. We kind of allow nature to take its course by working with it. These are frost weeds. We've won these in raffles at our local plant society meetings. We're, definitely plant nerds, definitely plant nerds, so we like to collect. This is a dragon fruit we're super excited about. It's supposed to be one of the ones that's pink inside, that's sweet and yummy. We've got some beach sunflowers, which are Florida native sunflowers, and they are really good for pollination and soil regeneration. They're actually good at preventing beach erosion too. This is a lemon verbena, delicious plant, very good for you, wonderful in teas. I'm using this right now, drying a lot of it while it's in its spring bloom mode so that we can cultivate it and make a lovely tea blend. Back here we have mullein. Mullein is a very good medicinal plant, amazing for digestion, very much even more so for respiratory health. Both using it as tea, you can eat it, it's just, everything in it is so good for your lungs. This is a cranberry hibiscus, which is absolutely delicious. This plant actually tastes like hibiscus. You can dry it, use it in teas. I'm sorry, cranberry. You can dry it, use it in teas, you can eat it, put it in your salads. It's super yummy, very good for you, and obviously if it's that color, it's got a lot of antioxidants. Careful. I am going to trip over a Spanish lime tree. This is not a lime at all. It's actually closer to a lychee in the way it operates. It's more like a stone fruit, lychee type flavor and texture. This is another hibiscus. It's actually doing much better. It's been in a pot. We've been kind of keeping it in a different location, seeing where it would do the best. Here are our patchouli plants. One is in super flower mode, so it's a little sparse. This one's doing a little bit better on the leaves. You even brush up against this plant and you're gonna smell like patchouli. It's a beautiful, wonderful plant. Grows really well here because it's native to the Mediterranean. So we're gonna go over here and just look at our one lonely yarrow plant over in this bed right now. We've got another bed that is being redone. This used to be a 3-tier step down. It's not going to be an individualized bed any longer. We're going to kind of incorporate this into what we're going to add to the food forest over here. You see our big dirt pile. And this is a yarrow plant. This is one of our super healers. This plant I also use in balms and salves. It's just, I literally can take one of the leaves off this plant, crush it up a little bit, put it on a cut, one of the many cuts my husband gets on his hands out here, and it will stop the bleeding almost immediately. This plant is really, really good. You can also use it in teas and all kinds of stuff. You see all the Biden's alba, we're just kind of letting that grow in here. It's really good for the pollinators, and I also come in and I cultivate it as well because it's an antiviral, and I'm making a tincture out of it, so in case we get colds. We had some Chinese cabbage that volunteered to come back and then wilted in the sun, so couldn't hang. Here is my 5-year-old oregano plant. This thing is the most delicious oregano you'll ever eat. Look at that beautiful flower. Just amazing. This plant is, it's just, yeah. I often harvest this. It winds up in bags. I give it to the neighbors. I give it to people at work. It's just all over. Oregano is super delicious. So this is the bulk. Oh, here's the star jasmine on the fence that we're recultivating. Oh, here comes another plane. So we're gonna pause just 1 second. So okay, we're back looking at aren't these cool? My husband built these, and actually all of this. He built the tomato cages and the irrigation system that we use when the beds are in use. Anyway, everything's pulled apart right now because we're in this transitionary phase. We are working through the fallow season. We are just kind of upgrading and getting ready to turn all of this into a lot more food. So just wanted to invite whoever wants to see on the start of this little journey, and we'll kind of document as we go and see how much fun we can have here in 9B. So thanks for watching.